Okay, and now we're on to a paint issue. Now, that's going to mean different things to different people. If you hate painting, it's going to be like, yay, paint. And if you love painting, you're going to be like, yes. Because what we get is Gryph-hound Orange, which is a lovely colour, by the way. I've got this one, and it works really well. And then you've got Corn Red, which is a lovely bloody colour. And it's a base color as well, and I think what I'm finding interesting about the Corn Red is I've got some other colors, red bases that are quite darker than this, and it's nice to actually have a lighter red color, strangely enough, as a lighter base color. So I think that's quite good. Some of you might have seen my tutorial where I did some red armor using scale 75. Yeah, 75. Yeah, 75 reds for the iron themes that I was doing. But my guess is that the Corn Red is the Games Workshop's official basing for doing that faction. Anyway, so what we've got here is we've got our paint. Now, again, paints are an essential part of the hobby. Not everyone loves painting. I really enjoy painting. I find it very therapeutic. Just gives yourself time to think and sharpen your eye and keep your hands stable. So I consider it to be such a nice thing. But I know not everyone likes that, and that's the thing. So we got ourselves our paints. Now, when we get new paint, we naturally then going to have an issue that's very heavy on the painting. So it's going to have quite a lot of, adding those paints to the models that we've already added paint to. And this is our next approach then, really, isn't it? It's actually getting those colours down. But let's have a good look into this anyway, because there might be more lore, we don't know yet. What we do have on the front cover though is an elf. Okay. Now, I like the style that they've actually done of these. Again, as someone who is coming from playing Warhammer Fantasy Battles from years ago, one of my friends was an elf player, a high elf player, and these are again their spiritual successors. And I like the way they've kind of took some of that original appearance and worked it in, but still made it look different in just the right ways. So we're having a look now. This is a Lumineth Realm Lord, and they've got very bullhorned helmets, which is quite interesting and completely impractical for a battle. No doubt about it. You're going to be constantly knocking that thing if you're swinging things over your head. But never mind. It's what looks good with Games Workshop sometimes. You just have to look at some of their Warhammer 40k models. It's literally like some of them are just so utilitarian in design and so functional, and then you'll get something completely ridiculous and you'll be like, what is that? It's got so many guns on it and it's got bits all over it that'll just get in the way of a battle. So it doesn't surprise me that you've got these Lumineth Realm Lords with great big horns on their head. There we go then. So we get a bit of lore into a faction again that I don't think we get. Yeah, I don't think they come with Stormbringer. I think it's the Sylvaneth, is it? The Dryads and the Tree People, basically. So I think that's definitely one of them. And then on top of that, you get a bit of lore on the Daughters of Cain. Now, again, the Daughters of Cain are very interesting to me because they themselves are an elf offshoot, so they go from the the dark elves who were enemies of the high elves, and again, it's that kind of they're an offshoot of that kind of witch elves that used to be, but for whatever reason, they fight for order in the Age of Sigmar instead of the forces of chaos, which I'm pretty certain was like one of the main, the main areas that they dedicated themselves to. Now, I'm just having a good read through this. Yeah, so it actually gives a quick description of Morathai Kane, who I'm 100% certain is a renamed character from Warhammer Fantasy, because I'm pretty certain that's the mother of Malekith, the Dark Elf Lord. Okay, and again, another elven offshoot by the look of it, the Indeneth Deepkin. Now, these are very unique to Age of Sigmar in a sense that they are sea elves. So, again, though, to some extent, it does link back to the High Elves because they were quite often sailors. They quite often travelled the seas anyway to get from their home Ulthuan to the different places. So again, it kind of feels like it's a natural progression of them and their evolution. So I like the idea of these. They look actually quite nice. They've got a very, they've got an elven feeling, but it's a unique elven feeling, and I like it. And then moving on from there, a bit about Gorka Morka, because who does not love an orc? So yeah, there's loads of lore in this one actually for a paint issue. There's quite a lot going on here. I'm really pleased about that. And then again, a bit about the Stormbringer Crusade, a bit about wars, and then moving on to how to use your paints. We do have quite a lot of lore and information in this one for how to paint them. It feels like it's a lot more than you would normally get. And then it moves on to how to use the Khorne Red in key areas. And then moving on from there, let's have a look. Rules on shooting, tutorial about charging, and then pitch battle, hold or die. Looks like we've got the Swampcaller Shaman fighting the Lord Imperant, though, which is quite, again, an interesting little scenario to go through. Now, what are we looking forward to coming up? So this is the big question. What is coming in issues 27 and 28? Gryph-hounds, and 5 of them. And I find it quite interesting that they've gone for multiple colours on there. So definitely gives you a feeling that if you want to, feel free to go over the top and really create your own feeling and mix and match if you want to, or create them all in the same colour. And that's some Gryph-hounds coming up, 6 of them according to this, which is good. And then moving on from there, it says 6, but it looks like doubled up, so 2 of each version. And then Zarbag's Git, so it looks like we've got some Gits coming with, again, we've got quite a bit of variety in this actually, because it looks like a mini war band, similar to the one that we got for the Kill Cruel Boys, where it was a named band of, what were they called? I'll remember soon. Anyway, so I'm really looking forward to that because it's got some Gits, which I'm, until I've found some other information about, Night Goblin style. So we've got 3 with bows, someone with a net, a fanatic swinging a ball around, some kind of, I'm not sure if he's some kind of He's got some kind of strange prodder by the look of it. He must, yeah. So he's probably prodding the squigs into battle, and then I'm going to assume that the handsome bigger fellow at the front is Zarbag himself with this kind of nice hooked claw. So we have got some nice models coming up, and I'm really excited for those. Without a doubt, that's going to be 4 more weeks of me irritatingly waiting for particularly that one, because that's what I want. Yeah, and I like named units and named. It just gives you a sense of grounding within the lore. Okay then, so I'm now through this this 4 weekly set of issues, and I think overall I think we've got some really good stuff in them, and I'm really happy about what I've got. And as you saw, the only major complaint that I had is that I felt that the binder that I got with the stack was a bit dull because it was the same as last time. But overall, nice models, and I hope you're going to watch my build videos, which are coming up quite soon. And please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.